Yes, hello, John Von Haars for the fourth and final demonstration of processing a job to the HVAC Save software. So I am into a job here. You'll see from the header up here that the customer name is Tammy Homeowner, that the job name I created is Furnace Install Test Demo, and the job type that I selected in this case was Mid-American Energy Save Equipment Rebate. So I've gone ahead and I've done my install. I've started it up. I did my initial test, determined where the installation was performing, made my adjustments to airflow and either combustion or refrigerant charge, so that I tuned that, in this case, a furnace up to peak performance. If it was an air conditioner, of course, it would be charged. Tuned it up to peak performance, and now am taking my final test to verify that it is operating in a manner consistent with the intent of a high efficiency rebate. So I'm going to look at the test results. Again, that's the primary report for both you and the utility to see how well this installation is performing. I'm going to go ahead and download it just one more time just to make sure I'm correct and that this is, in my mind, going to be a qualifying installation. Okay, here we go. This happens to be, this happens to be for an equipment rebate, so I'm looking at the equipment performance results. I've got a score of 94. That's a really good start. You'll remember that the acceptable range for a furnace is 85 to 110, okay? I'm delivering almost 55,000 BTUs of heat. It's paper rated at 64, and after I got it going and got my gas pressure set and verified through clocking the gas meter, it's actually capable of 58. So a score of 94 is essentially 54,000 or 55,000 divided by 58,000, okay? Now, of course, the utility verifier, they're going to look at the underlying numbers here to make sure there's no hanky-panky going on. This furnace here is a little underfired. You'll see that, again, its rated output. Its rated input is 66,000 BTUs of heat. Its rated output is 64,000. Once we got gas pressures set and verified to clocking the gas meter, it says it's underfired. It's underfired by 10%, actually, in this case, which for the utility program, 10% is probably going to be okay. It's kind of on the edge, to be honest with you. What you're going to want is this number to be plus or minus 5%, which is what most manufacturers are looking for. They'll also go verify your, if we go back to the second page now, they're also going to verify your airflow and your temperatures, okay? So that your CFM, in this case, comes off the blower chart based upon the fan speed setting and your measured total ESP. So, you know, they'll go ahead and pull the fan chart. They'll look to make sure that you entered a fan speed setting as it's reflected on the blower chart. And then they'll see that based upon that setting and this measured ESP, if 975 is in fact the right number supplied by the manufacturer, okay? Now, in a constant speed blower, you're going to have, the columns are going to be in increments, you know, your measured static of 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, so on and so forth. We would just use the 0.6 column here because it's 0.58 is close enough, all right? If it's a variable speed motor, that blow chart will read something like, you can use this CFM as long as your measured static does not exceed this number, okay? So that's the way they'll look at it. And then, of course, they'll look at your temperatures, okay? That's what determines measured BTUs, airflow and temperatures. So be sure that you are in the in the temp range, the specified temp range of that furnace, okay? Again, I know we're talking about submissions here, but just remember, page 39 of the trading book, for properly starting up, measuring, and verifying a furnace, determine your desired temp rise, then go to page 39 of the book, calculate your required CFM at that desired temp rise, take the blower chart with you, measure your statics, find that CFM on the blower chart based upon, you know, what your statics are, and get the adjustments to get in there, okay? So, you know, there are additional pages here to this report. Back here it gives you, it's called the quick review. It tells you things to look for. In my case, it says everything is okay, which is awesome, okay? If you've got some items in here, some text that says, hey, look at this, look at this, look at this, that is not a denial of a rebate. What that is telling you, the contractor, is, hey, the utility verifier, they're going to look at those same numbers. So make sure you're comfortable. Double check them before you hit submit, all right? All right, I'm ready to submit. So I go back to the job. I click on the submit button. And right now it's preparing to submit. You'll see my icon is moving up here. Takes a moment. All right, now it sends me to the page where I'm going to send to the utility whatever I want to send to them, okay? Usually that means that they want the test results out of the software, and then they want all the things that you used to send to them. Signed rebate forms, HRI certificates, copies of invoices, okay? You're welcome to send that other stuff through whatever you used to do, fax, snail mail, whatever. The test results, however, they have to come out of the software right here through this submit process. And in fact, you want them to come out of here because that will start the process before they receive the signed rebate forms. So you're kind of speeding things up here, okay? Now you can send to them as many reports as you want, click, 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 click. What they need is the test results, okay? So I'll click on that square. Now I'm down here and I look, well, I'm going to send them all these attachments as well. I'm going to send them an invoice. I'm going to send them an HRI certificate. I'm going to send them a signed rebate form. And I'm also going to send them some manufacturer information. Maybe I got a little note on my test result that said, hey, double check the capacity charts. I did double check them. They're right. So I'm just going to send them along with the submission so that it's easier for that utility verifier to verify and approve my claim as fast as possible. Now, if I haven't loaded anything up, any of these attachments I want to send that are not in here yet, I can go ahead to add document, and I can go wherever on my hard drive, on my computer, if you will, where I might find something. So let's say here I'm going to send, see if I got a blower chart in here anywhere. Yeah, here's a blower performance chart. So I'm going to add that to this job in the software. So I clicked on it. It's here. Now I upload it. So at this point, it's uploading that file, and it's attaching it to the job inside of the software. Again, you'll see the computer's working. And now you'll see that it's here. Okay? So the default here is that every one of the documents that's attached to this job is clicked. You can certainly unclick them. So I'm only going to send maybe these 4. and then again, I have to send the test results. Anytime you upload a document, it forgets which report you want to send, so you got to make sure that's clicked, that final step. Then you'll type a nice little letter to them, say, "Dear utility, please find attached for Tammy homeowner. Included are the test results, manufacturer, docs, signed rebate form, invoice, and HHRI certificate. John." I hit send now, and now you'll start to see different ways in which you know it's happening. First of all, it's processing that test result. That's one of one. That's your first indication that it's happening. Okay. Your second indication is once you submit a job is locked. Okay. So anytime you go on one of these steps and you want to change data, it's not going to let you. And at the bottom of all these steps, it's going to say, this job is locked from further entry as of 10/29. That means you submitted it on October 29th. Okay? And the third piece of feedback is you should be getting an email back from the system in which you've blind copied yourself on the submission. So here's my little note. And then here's the language that the system tells you was sent. So now you can say with 100% confidence that you have submitted this. Now you're going to hope the utility got it. You know, sometimes theory of chaos applies and they tend to lose it. But at this point, you know you've done it. Okay, so we've done everything that we can to tell you that you have now fully completed the submission process. Okay? If you were to not send these file attachments with them, okay, like the signed rebate forms and the invoices and whatnot, that's just fine. Okay? In fact, many of you prefer that the homeowner send in this stuff, which is fine too. What will happen is when the rebate administration and quality assurance folks, when they receive that package through fax, Yahoo, snail mail, whatever, they'll match it up with the test results that they've already started processing. Okay, well that's it. That's everything. That's the software. That's processing the job on the software. And I know that it probably was an hour to an hour and a half of invested time here, but I hope with all the comments and with me elaborating that you got it all figured out. Okay? These videos will remain out on our YouTube channel forever. That's the plan anyway. So you'll be able to get a refresher anytime you want. Thank you very much.